The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Race fans, get ready for Chase to the Checkered. The weather's clear, and we're ready for takeoff on another week of C2C. We've got the highlights from the AC Delco Wheeler Brothers 100 and 7 other feature races. So return your hood to its original downward position. Oh, and did I mention this is a non-smoking TV show? Chase to the Checkered starts now.
Come on, don't be retarded. All right, I'm ready whenever you guys are. We're the Fillmores. We're from Latrobe, PA.
Time.
All right, that wasn't so good, was it?
That's okay. You're doing okay.
Race fans, start your engine.
Okay, ready?
Hi, we're the Fillmores from Latrobe, PA. Race fans, start your engines.
Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. We get this week's C2C moving with the highlights from the AC Delco Wheeler Brothers 100. Number 11, Bobby Henry from Connellsville, was starting on the pole, but number 75, Barry Audi, number 22, Richard Mitchell, and 16 other late models were lurking behind him, ready to fight for the win. When the green dropped, Henry and Audi rode door to door for the point. Henry worked his way into the lead, but on lap 9, the 11 got loose, letting Audi and Mitchell shoot by, sending Henry to third in a breath. But Audi wouldn't have much time to celebrate. A lap later, number 92 Jamie Bolkebeck and number 96 Mark Poole were tangled on the backstretch, bringing out the yellow flag. Bolkebeck's crew would get her back out into the field, but no such luck for Poole. He was out of the race. After the restart, number 75, Barry Audi, held the lead for 2 laps. But number 22, Richard Mitchell, powered by Audi and took the lead. But Audi stayed with Mitchell and retook the lead a few laps later on lap 16. While number 75 moved ahead at the front, number 11, Bobby Henry, slid by Mitchell for second. Then division points leader, number 98, Neil Brown, got by Mitchell, sending the 22 to 4th. On lap 41, Chuck Kessler had spun in the backstretch. 8 laps later, number 35, Brandon Taylor, was sideways in turns 1 and 2. When the race resumed after the cautions, Mitchell and Audi resumed their battle. Mitchell used the high line and shot around Audi for the lead. While Mitchell and Audi fought out in front, number 11, Bobby Henry, slid underneath of number 98, Neil Brown, for third. A lap later, Brown uses the same move on Henry and retakes third. But Henry claims the low groove as his own and leapfrogs past Brown into third for good seconds later. With 15 laps remaining, number 31, Mark Catone, and number 6, Snooky Williams, were fighting for 5th place. Like many others before him, Catone used the low groove and passed Williams for the position. As we approached the Checkered, it looked like Mitchell would run away with it. With 1 lap remaining, number 7, Jeremiah Kuntz, spun in turns 1 and 2, lining everyone up for a green-white checkered finish. But when the number 22 was out in front, he's too tough to get by. Richard Mitchell held on and won the AC Delco Wheeler Brothers 100 at Jennerstown. This was the Brewston Mills, West Virginia drivers' second win in 3 races at the Laurel Highlands Oval.
Actually, in that race, that car didn't want to run anywhere. It was tight through the middle and loose off. I don't know, this place is always a mystery. It doesn't matter if you come back tomorrow night, it'll be different than it is tonight.
We had a real good car the whole race. It got a little tight towards the end. Rich is always tough and was on the money. If it wasn't for him, we'd have been all right.
Well, we got the lead there at the start for a little while, maybe 8-10 laps, and Somebody put some oil down out of 2 over there, and I got in it and I pushed high, and a couple cars got me. I picked up some loose rubber off the track on the left front tire, and it just wasn't clean off. So I had a vibration pretty much half the race.
We didn't have, the sway bar was loose, and the car was rolling over on the right front, and it was just pushing. You couldn't get the throttle getting up off the corner, and it was a fight from lap 1.
I know our setup was really tight, so as the race went longer green, and that helped us free up the car a little bit, but we need to make it better, that's for sure.
The race for us was a little rough. We made an adjustment before the feature there, and the car was just way too tight. We managed to come out with 11th place finish, but the car was just way too tight to come out of the turn. I need a little bit. We made a little too much overcorrection.
Chuck Kessler, Mark Smith, Snooky Williams, John Komarinsky, and Tommy Beck round out the top 10 finishers of the AC Delco Wheeler Brothers 100. Race fans, don't move a muscle. We've got the highlights from the 50-lap feature of the Rolling Rock Late Models, plus 6 more divisions of racing coming up. But first, let's see if you can make the connection. Brought to you by RaceFansConnect.com, the ultimate place to meet race fans. Now that tennis is over and C2C is back on in Johnstown, as well as in Pittsburgh, how many television households does Chase to the Checkered reach every week? Is it 100,000, 527,000, 723,000, or 1.46 million households? Stay tuned for the answer. We'll be back with more on Chase to the Checkered right after this. Race fans, Chase to the Checkered continues with the highlights from the Jennerstown Speedway Street Stock feature. Number 73, Roger Onstead, took off with the lead at the race's start, with number 75, June Wyant, behind him. Number 0, Dink Colarusso, was having a rough ride in 4th, but he got by number 99, Jason Fritz, and was on target to move up. Wyant held the points leader in check for 5 laps, but Colarusso got under and by the 75 for second in turns 3 and 4. Colarusso's dominance seemed inevitable. This week, it took the 0 13 laps into the feature to get by Onstead and take the lead. His ride to victory lane was uninterrupted, and Dink Colarusso won the Jennerstown Speedway Street Stock feature. This was the West Mifflin driver's 9th win in 10 races at Jennerstown.
That's them guys standing behind the car. They really got on it, got everything doctored up there the best they could. And I adjusted my line a little on the racetrack and held them off. I think Roger would have got us with a couple more laps. We were getting pretty loose.
Colarusso was followed by Roger Onstead, June Wyant, Jason Holder, and Bill Ashton in the top 5 feature finishers. Colarusso's dominance has earned him his top spot on the street stock points. He's now 24 points ahead of second place Roger Onstead. Jason Holder, Billy Mostaller, and Josh Dunmeyer round out the top 5 in points. Next up, the Jennerstown Speedway Chargers. Points leader number 24 Chantal Germick led the first 4 laps of the feature, but number 27 Greg Kreisner came up to challenge the points leader for the lead. As they went into turn 1, number 22 Dwayne Knoll almost lost it. He kept it together, but number 74 Phil Grubbs and number 02 Mike Stevens got by, sending Knoll to 5th. A lap later, Kreisner got by Germick on the front stretch. Soon, number 02 Mike Stevens and number 22 Dwayne Knoll were fighting for 4th. Stevens used the lap car of number 57 Andrew Kostelnik to his advantage and took the position. Knoll would retake the position later. But this was Greg Kreisner's race, and he went to victory lane in the Chargers. This was Kreisner's 4th win of 2003.
Up to this point, I raced for 2 prior years, and I've only won 2 races, so this was a great year so far, I would consider.
Kreisner was followed by the usual suspects of Phil Grubbs, Chantal Germick, Dwayne Knoll, and Mike Stevens in the top 5. The win moves Kreisner to within 8 points of points leader Chantal Germick. Phil Grubbs, Mike Stevens and Rick Phillips make up the rest of the top 5 in Charger points. Now, the action from the Jennerstown Speedway Modifieds feature. Number 37, Paul Urso, was in the lead for the majority of the race. But number 1, Mike Bacalon, was working his way up. By lap 9, the number 1 got under and by the 0-2 of Eric Scomo, putting Urso firmly in his crosshairs. It looked as if Bacalon would get a break when number 45, Bernie McQuillan, spun on the backstretch. But McQuillan got it refired and was on his way, eliminating the need for a caution. Urso wouldn't be as lucky with the next caution. Number 31, Matt Smith, spun in turn 1, and the yellow flew, erasing Urso's lead with 7 laps to go. On the restart, Mike Bacalon and number 42, Jason Bush, got out in front of Urso. While Urso got back by Bush a lap later, he wouldn't catch up to the Stars and Stripes. Mike Bacalon won the modified feature at Jennerstown Speedway. This was Bacalon's 4th win of 2003.
Basically, I was settling for second. There was no sense even pushing it more. I wasn't going to gain on him anymore. I think we were about the same distance the whole time. And when I seen the caution, it made me smile. Probably didn't make him smile, but Paul's a great competitor. Every week, you know, he's here, he runs hard, and he's getting faster and faster. He's going to win a couple more.
I'm real competitive with him, and I had him tonight until the restart. I think he jumped it, and they didn't throw the caution on to give me my shot. But yeah, I had a pretty decent lead on him, and after being beat two weeks in a row, you know, he's a good, clean driver, but I wanted my shot to win tonight.
Bacalon and Urso were followed by Eric Scomo, Matt Smith, and Jason Bush in the top 5 finishers. The win keeps Bacalon on top of the modified points. Paul Urso, Matt Smith, Jason Bush, and Brian Stevenson round out the top 5. Coming up on C2C, we've still got 4 more features to cover, so don't move from your seat. Have you made the connection? Brought to you by RaceFansConnect.com, the ultimate place to meet race fans. How many television households does Chase to the Checkered reach each week? Is it 100,000, 527,000, 723,000, or 1.46 million households? The answer is coming up on Chase to the Checkered. We'll be right back. Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. Now let's see if you made the connection. Brought to you by RaceFansConnect.com, the ultimate place to meet race fans. How many television households does Chase to the Checkered reach each week? Is it 100,000, 527,000, 723,000, or 1.46 million households? According to Nielsen Media Research, the company that measures the television ratings, the combined reach of WNPA in Pittsburgh and WJAC in Johnstown is a little over 1.46 million households. We thank all of you for watching and hope that you tell all your friends to watch C2C every Saturday morning. Now, on to the highlights of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. Johnstown's Jason Lasky in the 97 took off with the lead ahead of Alan Banks' Todd Price in the 98 and the rest of the pack. But by lap 9, Somerset's number 20, Josh Kokenauer, was moving through the pack. Here he gets by number 60, Adam Kostelnik, for 3rd. As the race progressed, Lasky and Price stretched their lead out over the pack. With 3 laps remaining, Kokenauer had caught up to the leaders and joined the fight. Kokenauer went high and got by Price for 2nd. As they came through turns 3 and 4 for the white flag, the 3 made contact. The Route 219 rivalry was in full effect. Kokenauer went low and passed Lasky on the inside for the lead. Price then came along on the outside to challenge for 2nd. Josh Kokenauer crossed the line and went to victory lane. Todd Price claimed 2nd. This was the 2nd consecutive win for Somerset's Josh Kokenauer in the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks.
Jason's tough competition. You know, wherever we finished tonight, it was going to be like a win.
We were just sitting there riding behind Jason and just didn't have enough bite up off the corner tonight to make a serious run at it.
I don't know, about 1 to go, 2 to go. I got bumped going into turn 3 and had to get completely out of the throttle to save the truck. Some guys just want to play hit and run, I guess. Racing one way or another, but we'll come back. We'll play that game.
Kokenauer, Price, and Lasky were followed by Adam Kostelnik and Derek Wink in the top 5 feature finishers. Despite his third-place finish, Jason Lasky held on to the top spot in the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Truck points. Todd Price, Marion Reno Jr., Josh Kokenauer, and Adam Kostelnik round out the top 5 in points. Now, let's check out the highlights from the PA Legacy Series. Series points leader Jamie Bolkovac took off with the lead at the start, but number 59 Kyle Martell and number 04 Rick Boyer were in hot pursuit. By lap 4, Martell had caught up to Bolkovac to battle for the top spot. They would ride door to door for 2 laps, with Martell gaining the advantage on the backstretch. The caution would fly on the following lap due to a multiple car incident in turns 1 and 2 that included number 70 PJ Ehrlich, number 55 Dave Campbell, and number 13 Chris Brink. Jamie Bolkovac came into pit for an adjustment. She would restart at the back of the pack. Kyle Martell shot out with the lead on the restart, but Rick Boyer missed the shift and the field scattered to miss the 04. He got back into the throttle and resumed his pursuit of the leader. Martell continued to stretch his lead out, while number 4 Brett Boyer and number 55 Dave Campbell moved ahead of number 20 George Stockman for 2nd and 3rd. With a handful of laps remaining, Dave Campbell passed Brett Boyer for the 2nd place spot. That was as close to the lead as he would get, since the number 59 was way out in front. Kyle Martell won the PA Legacy Series feature. This was Martell's first career PA Legacy Series feature win.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going through my mind. I don't know what I was doing. I was just bringing it home.
I had a real good car. Kind of needed a caution there. I think I was just as fast as the winner, but that's how it goes.
Martell, Campbell, and Brett Boyer were followed by Rick Boyer and Chris Brink in the top 5. Jamie Bolkovac came back to finish 7th in the feature and is able to hold on to her lead in the PA Legacy Series points. Rick Boyer is just 4 points behind. Brett Boyer, PJ Ehrlich, and Kyle Martell round out the top 5 in points. In the men's enduro feature, Corey Snowberger took home the prize.
Oh, I love it. It's a cheap way to get out here and have fun, and I enjoy it.
Snowberger was followed by Patrick Parlock, Brad McCoy, Terry McCoy, and Mike Stevens in the top 5. Now, the action from the Rolling Rock late models. Number 75, Barry Audi, rifled out with the early race lead ahead of number 95, Gary Wiltrow. Number 98, Neil Brown, slid by number 60, Tommy Beck for 3rd. By lap 6, the Silver Bullet was alongside of Gary Wiltrow. Brown then passed the Somerset driver for 2nd. A lap later, number 11, Bobby Henry, stole a page out of Brown's notebook and passed Wiltrow on the inside, taking 3rd. Audi was out to a comfortable lead, but it would be erased on lap 19 when number 23, Dusty Rhodes, spun on the front stretch. On the restart, number 98, Neil Brown, fired down the backstretch and moved in front of Audi for the race lead. Audi would not give up that easily. He worked his way back alongside of Brown with a dozen laps to go. The track champion used lap traffic to his advantage and worked Audi off of his side and moved out with the lead. Brown lengthened his lead and went on to win the 50-lap feature of the Rolling Rock late models. This was the 5th win in 10 feature races for the Acme PA driver.
You know, we've got a little bit too cocky, I guess. You know, we started out the year and had some good runs. We're getting a little bit sloppy in the garage, and a lot of it's my fault. You know, we're not dotting our I's and crossing our T's, and we know we made a mistake, and we just gotta tidy up a little bit around the garage, and I think we'll get it back.
Brown was followed by Barry Oddie, Bobby Henry, Richard Mitchell, and Chucky Kessler in the top 5 finishers of the feature. The win keeps the Silver Bullet on top of the points in the Rolling Rock Late Model Division. Brown is followed by Bobby Henry, Barry Oddie, Mark Catone, and Jamie Balkaback in the top 5 point getters. Brown's win also helped to put him back on top of the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series Northeastern Division points. Be sure to keep an eye on the number 98 the rest of the year to see if he can bring the regional championship to Jennerstown. Coming up tonight at Jennerstown Speedway, no matter where you are, get in your car. Tonight is Pack the Track night at Jennerstown Speedway. All fans will receive free grandstand admission. Yes, I said free. If you haven't experienced the motorsports excitement at Jennerstown Speedway, tonight is the night to go. Arnold Palmer Motors is presenting the 8 divisions of racing, and it's all free. So don't miss out. Get to Jennerstown Speedway tonight. I'm Steve Richard. Thanks for watching Chase to the Checkered. We'll be back here, same time, same channel next week. But we hope to see you tonight for free admission to Pack the Track night at Jennerstown Speedway.